What's up YouTube? It's Kurt's Reeling here, and today I'm going on the Grand with my dad. As you can see, my dad's in the front of the boat, and right now we're going for channel catfish. It's midsummer, almost late summer, and water's a little murky, but it was just after a rainstorm. It's about like 6:15 in the morning. Sun's about to come up completely, but the fish are biting. We have a double hookup right now, and they are both on shrimp. We have 4 poles, 2 with worms and 2 with shrimp. All of them on crappie rigs with 4-aught hooks. As you can see, they're both hooked up now. It's hard to do that though, because if the lines get tangled, they can cut each other off or get stuck in our anchor line, and they're both on the same side of the boat. So we have to maneuver it around and whatnot. And also what sucks is I brought the smallest net I could find because I didn't think we'd catch anything, which is hard, but I don't know why I did that. So we have little to no room to get these fish. I hope you guys enjoy it. Again, I apologize for the volume. There basically is none because it was in a waterproof casing, but we'll get through it. And usually what I do is I bobber fish here just because we're close to both sides of the banks, and I just float fish on both sides. But for some reason they have been biting on that lately. So I switched to bottom rigging. And this is our third fish, the fourth fish of the day, of the morning. It's really only like 8 o'clock in the morning. Sun is just about to peek over the trees. And this fish, I'm telling you, this has got to be the biggest fish I have caught in a long, long time. This pole's a Shakespeare. Got it for $10 at Dick's. And it's holding up pretty damn well. I didn't replace the line or anything. I might have a while ago, but I haven't recently. So, as you see, I'm trying to get the fish to pull up off the bottom, but I don't want to yank too hard because then they're going to break the line or pull the hook. So, I'm slowly raising him up to the surface, see what he is. I know it's a catfish just by the way he's fighting, but still, this fish is massive. I could tell this is probably the biggest fish I've caught ever. And there you go, he's surfaced right there. As that's when I know it's a huge fish and I need to catch it. But I only have a tiny net. That's the only problem, is when you are in a rush. I'm not really in a rush, but I just didn't think we would catch big fish today because usually I don't catch huge fish. I don't bring the collapsible big net. I bring the small net for compactability on the boat. So that was my own fault, but this fish is sweet. Pretty damn good. This fish is pulling. I'm telling you, my arms have been killing me. I've been fighting this fish for about 4 minutes, just about. And now I got him real close to the boat, and now here comes the hard part. Netting in this little tiny net. My dad's holding the camera. Shocker, not helping me at all. but I gotta do it. As you can see, he's kind of tired, but he's not horribly tired. But I have to hold the pole and, net the fish with this tiny net, and it's not really gonna work out. Now, all my riggings and setups, I have Mystery Tackle Box set up as catfish and bass. So I have 2 boxes. Look how big that fish is. Barely fit in my net. Oh my God. This fish is huge. The net looks small. It's not horribly small, but it's about 1.5 to 2 foot lengthwise. So that's how big the hole is. This fish is huge. I didn't bring my scale completely. I didn't weigh him, but he was around 25 pounds. 20 pounds was just not cutting it. 25-pound fish right here. It is pretty big. And as you can see, he was barely hooked. The hook came right out. So a little longer in the water, I might have not caught this fish. Check this out. At least a 15. That fish was not 20 pounds. That was about 8 to 10. This fish is the monster. As you can see, I'm using the Shakespeare pole again, once again, to catch the big fish that are only biting on this pole, it seems like. My dad's caught a couple 10-pounders. I think he's caught about 2. I've caught like 3 or 4, and this one's the best one. As you can see, the pole is almost bent in half. And this fish, I can tell, is a monster just by the way he's fighting. But I gave my dad the camera so I can focus on the fish and not the camera. As you can see, I have a pole going out of the back, the orange one. It's still in the water, so I'm trying not to get it tangled, but I don't want to let go of the pole because it's a big fish. So I'm kind of reeling it in, pulling in the slack. This one I'm using a bobber, so it's not as low as the fish is. But on the Shakespeare blue pole, I'm hoping to land this fish. As you can tell, I'm a little more closer downriver to the bridge than I was at the beginning. We weren't getting any more bites throughout the morning, so we ended up switching spots to move downriver towards the dock more. And it seemed to pay off. After like 15 minutes of waiting, I ended up getting a real nice bite. At first he didn't feel so big, but then once I started reeling him in a little bit, he wasn't giving up, he was just an amazing fish, honestly. So, he's still got a lot of fight in him. The water's very murky today. As again, it's the same. It was rain the other day, so I decided to come early in the morning to hopefully get these big bites, and I have been. See, the fish have been biting pretty good recently. In the past couple weeks, they haven't. So, like, this week was like the hot week for them. And it's been plenty of time, and the fish is now just about getting to the boat. It took about 5 to 10 minutes just to get him close to the boat. Because I cast it out about 30 yards, 30, 40 yards, close to the bank. I hug the bank every time. I rarely fish the middle where the boats go. I always fish off to the calmer side where the fish relax the entire day. Because during the summer, the fish don't really swim. It's when the winter, that's when you can stay in one spot and fish. Because the fish will constantly swim to you. During the summer, the fish are more inactive, so they kind of just relax and chill. So that's when you have to move to catch the fish. So he's a pretty decent sized fish here. And he's just now surfacing, and there's my little tiny net. Not the best. My dad's holding the camera like always. And here comes the hard part, trying to net this guy by myself. Because I'm trying not to pull too hard because I know this pole is not the best. And the line's definitely not the 25 pounds that this fish is. This catfish is definitely the biggest one I caught. Not compared to the last one. That one was about 8 to 10. But I'm telling you, catfish fight really, really hard. So a little one maybe will even seem like a 4 to 5 pound one because they fight just that hard. This rig I'm using is a crappie rig. it's like a crappie rig. It's not exactly a crappie rig. It's meant for catfish. But I got out of my monthly subscription box at a mystery tackle box, and it's very, very effective. You get many baits, you get hooks, you get dip baits, you get treble hooks, you get a whole bunch of different stuff for the selected species of fish that you are going after for. So I recommend you guys going on to mysterytacklebox.com and subscribing to them and getting a box because it's nice. I get the cheapest one, which is about $15 a month, and I get 2 of them. One for bass, one for catfish. And the catfish one is awesome. I love it. But this fish, it's got me, yeah. I'm tired already. As you can see, I'm using shrimp on both hooks. And that's literally all we caught the fish on today was shrimp. And he's going in head first, and I have to let go of my pole because I have to push him in because this net's not big enough. And there he is. 25-pound catfish right here. The biggest one I've ever caught in my life. This thing was absolutely massive. It was longer than from my knee to my foot. So it was about 35 to 40 inches long and 25 pounds. This thing is massive. Usually I don't pick up the fish. I don't know. I just don't know why I don't. It's weird. But I do. I do now at least. And usually I use lip grips. But prior to this, I lip gripped the fish and it actually shook off and took my lip grips with them. So I had no lip grips. But this fish right here looks to be monstrous. Sorry for the poor camera angle here. I'm just trying to pick up the fish. There he is trying to swim back into the water even though there's nothing there. It took about 10 minutes to reel this fish in, and there he is. A 25-pound My PB Best catfish. I wish I could show you guys how long he was. I realized that he should have held him long ways, but I just couldn't hold him anymore. He was 25 pounds, and it was a monstrous fish. So, it was an awesome day. Awesome fish. I loved it. And there he goes. And he's off. Alright. And that concludes today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And maybe next time I'll hold the fish up so you guys can see the length. And maybe possibly the actual weight. But other than that, stay tuned for more videos.
I wish I found some better sounds no one's ever heard. I wish I had a better voice that sang some better words. I wish I found some chords in an order that is new. I wish I didn't have to rhyme every time I sang. I was told when I get older all my fears would shrink, but now I'm insecure and I care what people think.